today will be a very short video on the upcoming GFX100S, and it's because Fujifilm Rumours just released some additional new information on that camera itself. I'm Richard, welcome to Zappy Productions, and today we'll be talking about the GFX100S again. Now, if you have not seen my previous video, I kind of covered who is the GFX100S for and what I think about the GFX system itself. Take a look at the video that I put in the link above. Now, today's video is really talking about the rumored specs, and since a lot of the specs are kind of confirmed by Fujifilm Rumour already, by the way, I feel that Fujifilm Rumour is relatively accurate over the past few years, so I assume that really these are almost very close to the specs that the 100S will come out with. Now, let's talk about the headline specs. In terms of price, it's going to be like $6,000. It's going to be in a body slightly smaller than the GFX50S, which means it's going to be substantially smaller than the GFX100. And it will have 100 megapixel sensors, of course. Some things will be changed from the 50S. Firstly, there will be no tiltable EVF. And I thought that the tiltable EVF is probably one of the hallmark features of the GFX50S and the GFX100. By removing it, I think some landscape photographers will feel a bit sad. And if you ask me, even for portrait photographers, that is a very useful function because it allows you to operate in very bright sunlight. And ability to tilt up, down, left, right is always nice for it. And the next thing that they talk about is, of course, the body itself will be smaller than the 50S by losing the hump behind. Now, the 50S have a very weird hump. I don't have a picture here, but maybe I can find one and put in the video now. It has a weird hump, and that hump has already been eliminated since the GFX50R and the GFX100. So I don't expect it to return anyway. Now, the amount of buttons there will be about the same as the 100, it seems. There'll be a joystick, there'll be no D-pad, there'll be no wheels behind, but all the general dials and functions, I think, will be about the same as the 50, or should I say, same as the 100, GFX100. Maybe slightly less buttons than the GFX50, really. One of the notable things is that it will lose the... I'm not really sure it will lose or not, but now they say there is a new PASM dial. I assume that with the PASM dial, they probably don't need the same LCD as the GFX100. They probably have a more smaller one, same as the GFX50S itself. And lastly, there is no more grip. Now, the grip is very important for a lot of people who do portraiture. So without the grip itself and without the options to buy a grip itself, I think some people will want to see alternatives. And if you ask me, after I read through the entire spec, I'm guessing that there will be a good chunk of people that will be instead looking forward to a second-hand GFX100. Because no tiltable EVF, no grip, I think in the ergonomic sense, it is quite a big loss. And some people may actually prefer that and will actually go and buy a GFX100. Because by the time the GFX100S comes out, I assume the GFX100 will probably drop to about maybe 7.5k USD or even 7k USD, considering that it's already 1.5 years in the market. Or maybe, yeah, almost 2 years. It's 1.5 years in the market. So I assume that the price will probably drop to about 7.5k USD. And with the 1.5k USD, that's exactly the difference, the grip and the tiltable EVF. And I think that some people may actually be willing, in fact, I think a lot of people are willing to pay that because, I mean, the GFX50S and the GFX50R is one such example. People who want that better grip, the tiltable EVF will go for the GFX50S. And the same thing will probably happen here. Now, is the GFX100S a very good camera? I think it's a fantastic camera. 6,000 USD for 100 megapixel medium format is going to be a killer, man. But the thing is, in the end of the day, this is a very big and bulky camera because not about the body, it's about the lens, the entire support around it. It's going to be a big and bulky camera. So some people may prefer better handling out of it because it's going to be big and bulky anyway. And that's about it for today's video on the GFX100S. I will not be creating any more GFX100S video because the next time I will create something is probably when the announcement comes out on the 27th January. Until then, there will probably be any more videos because I don't see a purpose to have any more updates on it because the next update will probably be the one that actually talks about the real specs of the GFX100S. Now, how do you feel about the GFX100S really? How do you feel about the entire GFX system? Write down in your comments below. I will just talk about it and then we can have a discussion there. Until then, the next video, bye bye.